There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When I was diagnosed with cancer last year, I was asymptomatic. I felt great. I wouldn't have found out if I didn't do a voluntary screening. Take charge of your health, go to the doctor, Be proactive with your health.
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Hilo News family? Hey, y'all! It's been a long time. I forgot that I was fine. Just kiss me on my neck and breathe on my neck. That's that deep cut. If y'all know about that Mama's Gun, Erykah Badu. And if y'all saw what the running show is about, y'all know we're going to dig all into the 25th anniversary of the Mama's Gun album by my forever fave, Erykah Badu. I just got in from Dallas from the show, and I could not wait to come back to talk to y'all about it. So she got this, the song, in the song she say, been such a long time, I forgot that I was fine. So I'm like, it's been such a long time since I've been on the show. I think I missed last week. And so it's always a great time. I didn't realize how much I missed y'all. But sometimes I need those little breaks, whatever, and the work. And it's that time of year. Y'all know, if anybody is a business owner, y'all already know Q4, especially December, you are wrapping up your year. You're planning for the next year. You're getting your taxes and stuff together. So I just needed a little bit of a breather to just kind of wrap my head around things. And also, too, for us, this is grant renewal time. So I'm like, whatever the people need, they finna get from me, so I can get my money, so I can get my coins, so I can get my ducats, my shillings, all my things. So yeah, this is that crazy time of year. But I'm so happy to be back. As y'all see, we have a packed show. So much going on in Miami, so much going on in pop culture, so much going on in the world. And I want to talk to y'all about it. Yes, let me see who in the comment. I see y'all. Also, too, y'all make sure y'all already know we need to do some housekeeping. Please like and subscribe and comment, especially if you are on YouTube. That helps us in the algorithm. That helps more people see us and know what we have going on. Also, too, shout out to our producer, Ashley. J is in her bag. She created that loop for me that you saw at the beginning of the show. It's beautiful. She's amazing with graphics, and that actually helped me get some time to send out the text and everything to y'all and share it on Facebook. So she's really doing her big one. And she also, too, made a really cute graphic for our new time, which is going to be 6 p.m., which is perfect because I don't know if y'all saw, I actually started on time today. So that 6 o'clock is that sweet period for me. That's a sweet time. So I'm going to keep that going. But yeah, just loving the graphics and the works that she is doing here. But yes, y'all get into the knit fit. Y'all already know when I go to Erykah Badu, I be on my neo soul, hippy dippy, love child, knit sweater, knit hat, knit top, all the things. I be feeling so sultry and so smooth. Y'all better be glad I ain't got no incense burning. Like, I just be on one with it. And I got a little bit more decor in here today. Y'all see my pillows. Y'all see my sign. Hey, girl, who is that? It's me. I'm on 100. Oh, gosh, I cannot get it. Look, just a quick rundown. We got City of Miami election results. We got and a little bit of drama going on with that. Also, too, we got my Erykah Badu review from the Mama's Gun tour. We got some feel good news. You already know news you can use segment. And we also, too, going to be talking about the Diddy doc. Everybody has been talking about this documentary so much so that it made me watch it. And I had so many thoughts, so many questions, so many concerns, so many think pieces in my head. And I said, oh, I gotta dedicate the show today to this. So yeah, definitely wanted to, come on the show and talk about it. But y'all make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, and y'all share. You already know my goal is 50 live viewers at one time watching. That's our first benchmark that I want to hit. And of course, I want to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. We are at like 370 something. So we a little close there, but we need to get more viewers live on the show. And I have some ideas on that. But before I get to the ideas, I just want to shout y'all out in the comments because I know I love to do that. Y'all are the co-hosts. Y'all are a part of the show. So shout out to Tanta. Hey, what's up? Let's go. What's up, Makita Cherry Prime? Makita Cherry Prime is on the line. Y'all got a dope interview with Makita that I am going to run
Makita, don't think I ain't forget about you, girlfriend. I want to run that interview. I'm just thinking about the right time for it. So y'all stay tuned for that. We actually did it in person at the karaoke in the gardens. Really, really good interview with her. What's up, Claudette? Oh, y'all also too. Claudette is an amazing singer. We actually profiled her on Hilo News. Go to Hilo News YouTube. You can see a recap of her amazing performance from a couple of weeks ago at Dulce Lounge, where we had our podcast. Amazing job. Shout out to Claudette. Miss you last week. I miss y'all too. Hey, mommy, what's up? 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 Oh, look like somebody new. It's story time with Stephanie. What's up? Oh, Stephanie. Oh, we love her, friend of the show. She has an amazing pod too. Y'all check it out. Hey, Tammy, what's up? Tell me, little girl. Y'all know I like singing. I'm not that good of a singer no more, but from my pageant days, I could hold a note, but I ain't gonna act like I could sing for real. I ain't even gonna play. Can't sing like that. Love that Jamaican colored top. Of course you do. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, what's up, Auntie? I see y'all in the chat. Good people. What's up, Brave? What's up, Lori? Auntie Lori? I miss you, Auntie. I gotta come visit you. So, y'all, before I get into the show, the nitty gritty, I want to give y'all this idea and I want to hear what y'all talk about because, we do our market research live. So what I'm thinking to do to transform and just up the ante with Hilo News, with the Can We Talk podcast, because I'm like, I feel like it's a good show. Y'all feel like it's good. I feel like we ain't getting enough eyeballs, right? Unless I'm cussing somebody out for about a city thing or posting somebody dancing like they on crack and then y'all coming over here. We need that energy every week. So what I'm thinking too that can help us with the show is one, definitely improving our marketing and me doing a better job of promoting it. But also two, I want to do a real live news show. I don't know if y'all remember the Black News Channel. It was one of my favorite channels. Like it was Black CNN. And so they had correspondents and they had people doing packages and they had anchors. So what I'm thinking to do with the Can We Talk podcast is to get in some correspondents, have them do news packages. And so instead of me doing the news you can use, we'll have packages in them, maybe even them coming in live or doing their own edited packages. I'll run those. And so we'll have some different faces from the show. It'll allow them to build up their resume. Also, too, they'll be telling people to tune in and watch their segment. So I'm thinking we could, cross collaborate and cross promote with different correspondents. So I'm thinking I'm gonna talk to my now editorial team to see if they're interested in taking on that and doing like maybe the culture, some news and things like that, and in government and politics, and having like a real live news show where I will serve as the anchor, so to speak, or the moderator. I'll give feedback on what they're doing, but they'll be the ones producing their contents and their segments. And then I'll just end off the show with a hot topic or two of something news going on in like South Florida or culturally, like this Diddy thing. And I'm thinking that could be a fun way to do the show. Also, too, I'm also looking for ways to step more into the CEO role. I need to focus on funding and marketing the business. So taking a little bit more stuff off my plate and delegating it to more team members so that I can, rest a little bit more and also to work on the business side of things. And I think that'll help us do that. So let me know what y'all think if we actually really transform this into like more of a news show with segments and different reporters and correspondents tapping in. And then I also too really want to start promoting in the new year our call-in line. Like I really want like the hot topics. I want like people coming on to talk about, say they had ideas about Erykah Badu or Diddy or new mayor Eileen Higgins. I want y'all to be able to come on, call in, give your thoughts and your opinions on the show during our hot topics. So we're going to be revamping the podcast a little bit in the new year, but those are some of my thoughts on ways for me to be able to focus more as a CEO, but also to give more opportunities to Black journalists and local journalists and media, aspiring media professionals. And then also too, to get the community more involved. Like I want this to be more of a communal space. And those are some of my ideas around it. So just wanted to share that with y'all to see how y'all like it. And if y'all are, if y'all are fool with it. So I don't know if y'all give me a thumbs up in the chat if y'all like it. Give me a thumbs down if y'all just like, nah, Janae, we like what you're doing. Keep it going. Let me see. Black News hosted by you with different collaborators sound great. Thank you. Awesome ideas. Okay. So some people not related to me. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Nah. But no, all feedback is great. All feedback is great. So we gonna jump right into it because as y'all can see, we got a jam-packed show, and I want to get into all of it, all of it, all of these, all of these, all of these. Wait, who used to say that? Oh my God. Y'all, somebody tell me he used to be like, all of these, all of these. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me. It's a 90s show. Got it. Gina as J Cow on My Wife and Kids used to be saying that. Y'all know me, my intrusive thoughts definitely be coming in. So before we get into our next segment, y'all know we do our small talk in the beginning. I definitely want to give a huge shout out to my mom, Miss Velveeta Tate, for no, that's not from Martin, but I'm going to give a shout out to my mom, Velveeta Tate. And if you follow me on social media, you saw me shout her out the other day. We had a really, really great conversation. And sometimes, you know, when you're doing this work and you in this world, you just need to go back. I call it to the source, right? And my mom is my source of life, source of who I am, my being. And we just had a great conversation. And it gave me a lot of motivation this week to keep doing the work that I'm doing, to keep my eyes focused and do not let the devil try to steal my joy and my focus and all my things. And so I just want to publicly give you your flowers, mommy, because you are awesome and you are amazing. And yeah. Just want to say thank you for that. And also to some of my special friends who have also been encouraging me through this as well. You guys know who you are. You are amazing. Let me know that I need to stay focused and know that I am worthy and I am called for such a time as this. And so I'm so grateful for you and I love you all for that. So we're going to get into the news you can use segment. And y'all already know we got our beautiful graphics made by our producer, Ashley J. So let's get into it. So first up on the news you can use segment is the election results from the city of Miami mayoral race. And if you have been living under a rock or you don't watch TV or nothing at all, it is the election results from the runoff race is the winner is Commissioner Eileen Higgins. Well, now Mayor Eileen Higgins. And so I want to get into, I got a little video I could play from her. And I'm gonna read a little bit of just a little wrap up from what I did on that. So give me a second. You already know I'm in here producing the show live. So I am clicking on things and thinking and talking at the same time. And multitasking is not a real thing. None of us can do it well. But here's the video. This is from her election results party. I heard it was and saw it was a bunch of people there, all the who's who in the Democratic progressive world was there. As y'all know, full transparency, Eileen Higgins did a media buy with us. We also too offered our platform to the Republican candidate Emilio Gonzalez, but we did not get a chance to have him on the show. And Eileen came on here 3 times. What I will say, and like I said, pay attention to who come into your spaces and who value your input. So that to me said a lot about her. But you know, she's still an elected official. She got work to do. This is when the work starts. And yeah, we gotta, you know, watch what she's doing. But I think that look, can't get no worse than what they had over there. City of Miami is a reality show. It is a circus over there. So I think Eileen has some really good ideas. Y'all saw from our interviews. And I think she's gonna do a good job over there. And that's not even me. That's me in my personal capacity saying that, not as Hilo News saying is this is Janae Tate, her own self saying that at this point. I wish honestly, Ashley, and I didn't think about it, that would have because I easily could have got you a lineup invite to that. However, Ashley, we gonna figure out how to get you the interview with Eileen because I think that'd be really good for you and for Hilo. And Ashley, as y'all see, Ashley J is our producer for the show. She does our pre and post production of the show. So y'all show her some love in the comments. Yay, Mayor Eileen. Kudos, sister girlfriend. Oh, okay, that's y'all saying. Yay to my mommy for her being dope. Yes, yes, yes. You are the bomb.com. Yes, so let me get into what I wrote about this election. So last night, which was Tuesday night, City of Miami voters made history when they elected the city's first woman mayor and the first Democratic non-Hispanic mayor in 30 years with the election of Eileen Higgins. And she is quoted saying from a social media post, "Together we turned the page on years of chaos and corruption and opened the door to a new era for our city. One defined by ethical, accountable leadership that delivers real results for the people. I am deeply honored by the trust voters have placed in me to serve as the next mayor of Miami." The victory comes after the nonpartisan race gained national attention when President Donald Trump endorsed her opponent, Emilio Gonzalez, and the National Democratic Party publicly supported Higgins. So this was made national news. I've seen it all over the blogs. Even Funky Dineva was talking about it. And that's something too that I wanted to talk about as well, because apparently I was watching Funky Dineva's his broadcast yesterday, and he said that a lot of the, city of Miami is heavily Cuban, and a lot of them did not want to see her win, and they are not happy about her election. But clearly the voters did their thing, although she was a favorite from the beginning. I mean, I've only heard of her. It was really her race to lose, because I've only heard her in the forefront since the election began. Oh, look, thank y'all for giving Ashley some love. Hey, what's up, Tony Showtime? I ain't see you in a while in the comments. What's up? He the one came up with the keepers. That's his idea. If y'all new to the podcast, the name of our audience are the keepers, okay? And the reason why we call the keepers, when I was going back and forth with them girls at the city of West Park, and the people were sending me news and tips, and I said, you know what, city of West Park, y'all residents could keep sending me stuff, and I'm gonna keep reporting it. And so everybody in the comments was like, keep. So that's just been something we've been doing for the last couple of months. And so if you're new to the broadcast, you could put your keep in there if you want me to keep sending this news to y'all and keep delivering this news and this tea to y'all. But yeah, apparently, back to the story about newly elected Mayor Higgins, the Cubans, a lot of them not liking that. But also too, let's get into this. We know the Hispanics, the Caribbeans, they don't like women's like that to be in leadership. So I feel like there is a little bit of misogyny in there, and I can't think of the other word, but you know the word when people don't like women in leadership. So I think that's a little bit of their plan in there. Also too, she's a non-Hispanic woman, so I know that's probably some cultural things playing in there too. But the fact that she's making history as the first woman to be elected to mayor, that says when I see first like that still today, I'm like, gosh, we still got so far to go, right? But yeah, so a lot of people are like, we don't want her, and she's gonna, what is it? What is socialism? What is it that Cuba's government is their makeup? Is it? It's not fascism. Oh gosh, dictatorship. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but I'm a little sleepy, so sorry. But they feel like anytime they see a Democratic candidate, they feel like they're going to have whatever the government makeup was when Fidel Castro was in power. And I mean, even though I think his brother still is in power, but so that's their repulsion to it. So they feel like she represents that. But to me, and to Funky Dineva's point, he's like, you saw what the Republican administration has done to a lot of y'all family members through this ICE initiative and raids and these concentration camps in the Alligator Everglades, whatever. Alligator Alcatraz, that's what it's called. So all the stuff with ICE and immigration, I'm really, really surprised that some, a large part of the Cuban population is still Republican leaning. However, I really want to dig into the numbers of the election results, because I want to know what the voter turnout was and what the demographics were for this race, and for Eileen to make history too as the first Democratic elected mayor in 30 years. That's saying a lot, y'all. That means since the 90s. Yeah, since 95. That's amazing. So we'll see. Is this ushering in a new era of politics in South Florida? Are we going to see more Democrats elected to major offices in South Florida and in Florida? I don't know. To me, it also shows, communism. That's what it's called. Thank you, Ashley. Look at and Claudette, teacher in the house. She's a teacher who teaches government and civics and all that stuff. Communism. I know the kids don't like the non-Hispanic. They don't like it. Socialism is in the word. Gotcha. Hey, what's up, Suzanne? I just realized, he was a communist. What's up? Suzanne was actually on the panel a few weeks ago. We're going to figure out when we're going to air that. I'm actually thinking to hold it to January because, the new year, new me, people are in their business mindset at the top of the year. And I don't want our broadcast to get lost into the holiday mix of things. So I think I'm going to hold it until like January. But Suzanne was a part of the panel and it was so dope. She gave such raw, unfiltered information. So y'all definitely are going to be in for a treat when I air the Media Happy Hour event. And we broadcast that in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so this is what the people are saying about newly elected Mayor Higgins. And we'll see what she do. She got some work on her hands right now. They got a lot of drama. If you go to Billy Corbin page, he always on their back for the city of Miami, and something going on with their city manager and corruption. And they got lawsuits. Also, too, comedian Hannibal Buress, the one who outed Bill Cosby, he got arrested in city of Miami and is suing the city for $200,000. We're gonna have a story up on that next week. But city of Miami got it going on, so she got her work cut out for her. But I think she could do a good job. First female too. 2 women running in Miami. Yep, definitely. We just said that she made history there as well. So y'all keep an eye out on the city of Miami. Like I said, even if you don't live in the city of Miami, because it is the largest and most popular city, as far as like, I don't know the exact numbers, but city of Miami is a large representation of Miami-Dade County, and it kind of runs the pulse of South Florida. So a lot of things that happen in city of Miami dictate kind of like the pulse of what else is happening here in South Florida. So it's a city that you want to keep an eye on, because to me, if the health of the city of Miami is good, then it kind of trickles out to the other municipalities and the other cities. So you want good representation over there, and fair representation and ethical representation over there, because it's just best for the entire to me the entire market. So yeah, let's keep an eye on Eileen Higgins, and congrats to you on your win. Up next on the Runner Show is Florida law blends license plates frames. Oh, I seen this. Let's get into this because I think this is weird. We got a little video to play. Let me play her. And I wonder who came up with this bullshit. But let's get into it. This is from WSVN.
From building to answering the call when it matters most, to creating vibrant spaces and smart growth. Every role counts. With 4-day work weeks, 100% paid.
Okay, Miami artists, y'all ain't paying.
That is correct. There is nothing covering. We're talking about this.
Started over.
Well, you may not know it, but your car may not be street legal right now. That's because there is a new law in effect governing the way your license plate is displayed. 7's Jack Royer is live right now to show us. Jack.
Joe, we're talking about license plate covers here. As you said, this law already went into effect banning license plate covers. Here's an example on one of our station vehicles that is correct. There is nothing covering. We're talking about those things you might get from your dealership that has the name of the dealer, maybe University of Miami, your favorite football team. All those are now illegal. You got to have your plate completely visible to law enforcement.
License plate frames are so common, just about every brand new car comes with one, but now they're illegal in the state of Florida.
Do I have to remove it now, or will I get pulled over for it?
And a lot of drivers don't know about the new law.
I'm just going across the East Coast to go on a small trip, but I now know that when I get there, I will take it off.
You're going to see the outline of the plate. Florida Highway Patrol troopers say for now, their goal is to educate the public about the changes.
We want to make sure that an officer, trooper, a deputy can read that plate.
The new law took effect in October. It bans all license plate obstructions, including frames, covers, both clear and tinted, and anything else that doesn't belong.
This includes spraying anything on it, putting stickers on it, your favorite football team, baseball team, hockey team. These cannot go on that license plate.
Trooper Ken Watson says law enforcement noticed an increase in the size of the frames and the number of items covering tags and asked state lawmakers for help.
If something happened to you, you would want us to be able to identify you quickly and efficiently.
Troopers say drivers violating the law will likely just get a warning for now. Still, some wonder if the new regulations are needed.
To have the state troopers spend their time with looking at license plate covers when there's so much else going on out there, then I think it's kind of silly.
Others say they understand and plan to get rid of their frames right away.
I think it's great for them if it makes it easier for them instead of trying to get closer up to someone's car.
So again, this 7 News satellite truck is street legal, nothing covering the plate here. We want to let everybody know that for now, as troopers told you, you'll likely just get a warning if you have something covering your plate, but they want you to take it off. Anyone who intentionally covers their plate while committing a crime faces a $500 penalty and jail time. So news you can use. We're live at our North Bay Village studios tonight. Jack Royer, 7 News.
Y'all saw how he said news you could use? But I with the old man, with the old white man. I feel like there is so much more going on in the state of Florida to be worried about than somebody's license plates. Now, I could see if you had it to a certain size and it was covering up of obstructing your license plate number, but just the thin frame and you could still see the number, the decal. I don't know about this. I just feel like it's just a waste of time and something else to find people for to make money, and I'm not about it, but I'm glad to know because I got a frame on my car, so I got to take her off before I get another ticket or warning or something like that. So it's just silly. But do y'all got frames on y'all tags? Here's the thing. I don't really even see cars without frames on their tags. Like, they just so prevalent. They give it to you at the dealership. That's how mine came. So it's kind of like, okay, girl, y'all want something to do to find people. Yeah, let me see. You can still see everything with a frame. That's silly. Yeah, I agree. I just don't stop selling high-low titles as you can use trademark. Yeah, y'all caught the news you can use. As I'm selling this during the news you can use segment. But yeah, I just think that's a waste of. I think to me that was a waste of money, of taxpayer dollars and resources. We trying to get weed legalized, and y'all got tag covers. Child, it'll give them probable cause to stop Black people. That part, Derricka J. Shout out to our manager editor in the comments section tonight. Oh, look at the editorial team in here. Hey, y'all. But yeah. It also too gives you a reason to stop Black people. Oh, they had something over there covering their tag, and a lot of people ain't finna see this. This ain't widespread news. This ain't going viral. People don't give a fuck about this. So anytime I see stuff like this, it's a poor people tax to me, and it's a tax on disenfranchised minority groups to be harassed by the police. So y'all tell y'all lawmakers, if y'all see issues in y'all community, tell your lawmakers, because they the ones pass this shit, and they need to be the ones that need to be bugged about it and fix it if it becomes a nuisance in our community. But definitely wanted to share that information because some of y'all got covers on y'all tags and probably ain't even know was gonna get a ticket for the thing, even though they say they're not giving tickets yet. They're giving warnings. But I don't even like getting pulled over by the police. It gives me anxiety. I don't deal with them. So just another reason for them to be in our face. Next story that we want to share, and this was reported by High Low News, is Broward's first African American Research Library Broward's African American Research Library hosts a soulful Christmas this weekend in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, that's cool for the kiddios. Let's see what this is about. Let me share this on the screen with y'all so y'all can see what I see. Can you see what I see? A child rolling in the night. I don't know the words. But yeah, this holiday event is going on. Broward African American Research Library and Culture Center, I'll say that 10 times fast, is turning up the holiday spirit this season with the Soulful Christmas, a 2-day celebration that blends music, culture, art, and community joy into one festive weekend. The event happening December 12th through 13th, so that's this weekend, invites family from across South Florida to experience a tropical winter wonderland that centers Black heritage and holiday traditions. Shout out to them, and shout out to them sending us this story so we can share this with the community, guys. Let's see if it's a free event. Did they say it was a free event? Because let me give y'all the information that y'all care about. Yes, it is free and open to the public. So yeah, y'all take the kids out there. It's free and it's centering Black heritage and culture. So that's pretty cool. We don't really get to see Black Santas and elves and holiday workers like that. So that's cool. So y'all pull up to the African American Research Library this weekend and y'all tell them that High Low News sent you. Next on the Run the Show is another story reported by, oh, this is a good one. Let me find the video. We actually posted about this on High Low News, and y'all know the correction officers stealing the people money. Did y'all know that? Let's get into this. It's free. Okay, Whitty Hutton. Who is Whitty Hutton? What happened? Am I wearing a Whitty Hutton shirt? Wait. Pop Panthers. I know who Eddie. Tell me why you said Whitty Hutton. Because who was Hustle Man? Are you saying I need to know why you said that. Good point, Derica. A loose reason to pull people over is free. Okay, thank y'all. Who Whitty Hutton? Who is Whitty? I need to know the joke for the Whitty Hutton. Am I Whitty Hutton? Are you saying I look like Hustle Man with a wig pretending to be Whitney Houston? Oh, and I was singing. Y'all gonna get into these vocal cords, okay? Y'all gonna get into it. That's my favorite part of the show. I love singing for y'all. Don't get me started. I'm gonna say that for the Erykah Badu session. And Mocha Sheena, Mocha Chic, you probably ain't gonna like my hot take. I got a hot take on my time in Dallas, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But this next one, let's get into the correction officers. How many is any correction officers in the chat? Because y'all stealing the tax people money, which y'all fake overtime. Let's get into it. Oh, Mocha, I should probably send you the link, girl, so we can talk about Erykah. Okay. Let me know. So y'all know me, my intrusive thoughts. Let's get it back to it. Let me share this story with y'all. Because the people is still in the thing. It's still in the things. Oh, we post so much on High Low News. I can't even find a thing. I can't even find a story. We post so much. We got so much going on. We got so much. Okay, here you go. Y'all see me humble bragging on my baby. Hello. Let's share this. Let me see if it'll let me share it. Because it's a video that go with it. So I'm gonna let this video play and then we're gonna get into the scamming ass correction officers.
In October.
Corrections department has a lot of issues with costs. They have a lot of issues.
That was County Commissioner Keon Hardiman calling out the Miami-Dade Corrections and Rehabilitation Department in October. His criticism of the 8th largest jail system in the country continued.
I've been on the floor and seen corrections officers asleep, and I know what it means to support law enforcement. But I know what it means also when people hide behind the badge. And so, I've seen behavior in the department that is unbecoming.
Now, 7 Investigates has learned of more disturbing behavior. Miami-Dade Corrections paid millions of dollars in overtime for corrections officers and staff who never earned it. We obtained these documents listing 587 employees' names, some appearing more than once, along with the amount of money they were overpaid. Sources say for the last few years, these employees put in for overtime and were paid for hours they never actually worked. The dollar amounts vary from a $63 overpayment to a corrections technician all the way up to more than $31,000 to a corrections corporal. Commissioner Hardiman alluded to the issue during the October commission meeting.
I think the corrections department knows that they have an issue with time, what many would describe as theft of time, that goes to the tens of millions of dollars. And that's our biggest cost when you start talking about overtime and corrections.
The documents we obtained show a total of more than $4 million in overpayments. with $2.8 million already recouped. Records reveal the department is allowing employees to pay back what they owe through deductions in their paychecks. When we ask corrections about the overpayments, the department sent 7 investigates a statement saying they're aware of this matter and a full internal affairs investigation is underway, adding the department is committed to full transparency, accountability, and any misconduct will face appropriate disciplinary action. Exactly how these county employees will be disciplined and what is being done to prevent this from happening again remains to be seen. Because for taxpayers, fake hours add up to real costs.
Corrections department has a lot of issues.
Sure, corrections. And if I don't know if y'all remember, but when I started cracking down on these elected officials in these municipalities, somebody slid in my DMs talking about the corrections department, and they said it was a lot of nepotism going on over there and a lot of shady, shisty shit. And I told the person, I will report on it, but you gotta let me know what to look. If you got some documents too, if you could send it to me, send it over here for proof. But child, I'm not surprised because I've been hearing for months now that the Miami-Dade Corrections got some shady doings. And the fact that y'all are costing taxpayers $4 million, to me, I'm like, is there any disciplinary actions going to happen to these people who did this? Who allowed this? What manager, what director allowed for people to be able to put their overtime in that way? Because you, as an employee, you don't just wake up one day and start doing that. That is a culture of something that has been going on. And I can promise you, not everybody was in on it. So it probably was a select few of people who was doing it, who knew about it, and they getting over. Corrections can't fill out the timesheet correctly. No, they was filling it out just how they needed to. And look at I'm not mad at Commissioner Keon Hardeman for saying, yo, like, especially, for calling it out, especially if y'all remember during budget season when they had all these it was a shortfall for money in the budget for the county, and they were looking for different places for where they were going to be able to find money. They were talking about cutting the arts and culture stuff, and they ended up restoring some of that. But $4 million could go a long way if you're talking about community-based organizations and giving grants and things like that, or redispersing that money properly throughout the corrections department that could be helping with recidivism and inmates and, hiring people who could do the job. So, child, but this is what happens when people just get to do what they want to do. And, we don't have proper management and proper oversight, but I'm glad that somebody caught it. And child, somebody head gonna roll. Somebody gonna have to take the hit for this. I wonder what their nationality is, who running this, who allowing this, and the people who getting away with it. Y'all think they black, or y'all think they Spanish, or y'all think they white? What y'all think they is? Ain't too many white people in Miami, so y'all know it's gonna be a black or Spanish person. But just corruption all the way. And I'm not about when people be messing over our tax dollars. That's my tax dollars. Matter of fact, because my apartment in unincorporated Dade, so that's really my money. That's really my money. Going on over there. Hispanic. Y'all right, because y'all know we don't really run shit in the county no more. Someone was getting kickbacks because how does that go unnoticed? Exact. Ooh, that's a good point, Papanthers. You're right, because y'all know the budget got to go through a lot of oversight, and that goes through the department heads, through the mayor's office, to the county commission that approves it. And so I bet they mad at Keon for catching it. That means he wasn't a part of it. But good point. Somebody had to be getting the kickback somewhere. Oh, you think it was black? You think it was black like this or black like that? Shout out to Funky Doniva. Yeah. We'll see. But either way, somebody finna pay. And y'all see they making the people pay the money back. They don't got $2 million back. They taking it out their paychecks. Child, doing all that just to pay it back, I'd be so mad. And whoever got that 30,000 is the ringleader. Whoever got that 30,000 in overtime, they the one started it. But y'all, this has been a good not feel good news. This has been a good news you can use segment here on the High Low News Can We Talk podcast and all the things. We're gonna get into our feel good stories. Let me see where we at. Because I want to get into this Diddy. Did he? Yes. Diddy daddy, Diddy puppy daddy, Diddy, P Diddy. I can promise y'all, I didn't even have nothing to drink. I'm just delirious. I'm delirious. But I'm going to stay on this show and I'm going to keep giving y'all this information because I'm going to keep doing my job, okay? It goes deep. Commish blowing up the whistles, yep. So let's get into our feel good news. Y'all know this is our segment. First of all, if you want to be featured on the feel good news segment or any segment or anything on High Low News, you can slide in our DMs or you can email us at info@highlownews.com to be featured. But definitely, if you want to be featured during our feel good news segment, I would love to get more user generated content for that. And this is where we highlight people doing dope things and amazing things in the communities. And we got some graphics for that. Shout out to Ashley J. So let's get into our feel good news. Yeah, so shout out to the feel good news segment. I'm trying to open up this thing, and the first thing on the feel good news segment, run a show, is first of all, let me make sure y'all can see me. Okay, y'all can see me here. So we are talking about none other than the Miami Northwestern Bulls. They are going to the Florida High School Athletic Association State Championship. Shout out to them. 3 powerhouse rematches. We got some South Florida teams in there as well. No. So 5 South Florida teams. But look at me. I don't jump the gun talking about Northwestern because y'all know me. I'm a part-time bull, part-time lover of the Bulls. So shout out to that blue and gold going to state. But let's get into some of the other schools too, because I didn't know there were other schools. But I mean, not surprised because y'all know South Florida, we gonna dominate in football. We the fastest state in the nation. We are a football factory. We produce more NFL players than any other place in the country. So I'm not surprised that we have 5 schools from South Florida going to states. So let's get into the 5 schools. So we got Chaminade Madonna out of Hollywood, Miami Northwestern out of you already know, Liberty City, American Heritage out of Plantation, St. Thomas Aquinas out of Fort Lauderdale, and West Boca Raton. Of course, that's out of West Boca. And all head to the state game to have a repeat season of last year. And Cardinal Newman out of West Palm Beach Cardinal Newman out of West Palm Beach will make his first ever championship appearance. So shout out to all of the schools that are making their way to the state championship game. We are wishing you all success in the game. If you guys are going, y'all tag us so we could share it on our story. Also too, I think we're gonna send Ashley J out there, and I may pull up to the state championship game. I ain't been to a football game in years because the last one I went to, somebody pulled out a gun or did something and there was a stampede and I got trampled almost. So I don't fuck with them football games like that no more. But I may pull up to this one because I think this is going to be at FIU and I think it's going to be a little bit more. No, because I heard the last one at FIU was something happened when they was doing something with the gates. But I'm going to get me a VIP ticket. I'm going to have to call and pull some strings because I need to come through the back way. I want to go to the game. I'm a Rocket, but full of proud of the Bulls. Yeah, honestly, we know the Rockets could have made it, but y'all had 25-year-olds on y'all team, so y'all couldn't qualify this year, girl. I'm talking shit. Shout out to the Rockets. Y'all are amazing over there. I hope y'all got it together over there. Yes, Bull Pride. Y'all give some love to the South Florida teams. And if you're pulling up to any of those state games, y'all can send us any of your pictures and your videos, and we would love to share that on High Low News to give our students some love. And we're going to do more and more. I want to do more coverage, especially of female sports in South Florida. So if you have a daughter that is playing basketball, running track, soccer, softball, cheerleading, let us know. From little league up to high school, we want to start highlighting, especially all youth sports, but definitely the females sports because they don't get as much love as the boys. And we want to make sure that High Low News is inclusive in celebrating everybody. So shout out to them for our feel good. For our feel good news. Yeah, I'm gonna get a press pass. I'm gonna figure that out. Ashley, let me know if you need a press pass too. We could figure that out. The next story on the feel good news run a show is a South Florida nonprofit empowers children and young adults to build relationships and learn business skills to fulfill their dreams. So let's get into this one. Oh, this is cute. We got a little video, I think, that goes with it. Can I say something? Can y'all see me? Okay, here it is. South Florida nonprofit empowers children and young adults to build relationships and learn business skills. For nearly 30 years, Touching Miami with Love. Oh, I know them. They're dope. They've been serving needs of people in Overtown and West Homestead through holistic year-round programs. The organization serves nearly 400 students every weekend and during the summer. It is a safe haven for communities. As Touching Miami with Love CEO Trina Harris explained, the goal is to guide children and youth spiritually, intellectually, and emotionally, and to reduce the cycles of poverty by providing opportunities for economic mobility. And so I'm trying to see if they have a little video here for them, just so we could play that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's play that for y'all.
How the group is changing lives.
Working for you every single day.
Too much.
In today's Miami Proud, we shine spotlight on the nonprofit called Touching Miami with Love.
Well, for nearly 30 years, Touching Miami with Love has been serving the needs of people in Overtown and in West Homestead. And we're talking about 400 students every weekday.
Yeah, CBS News Miami's Naja Sherman shows us how the group is changing lives.
Touching Miami with Love is a safe haven for communities in Overtown and West Homestead. CEO Trina Harris explained to me their goal is to guide children and youth spiritually, intellectually, and emotionally, and reduce the cycles of poverty by providing opportunities for economic mobility.
We're teaching young people how to be self-sufficient and learning the skills of
I know her. I've met her
before.
21-year-old Jakaya Harris has been taking part in the programs offered by Touching Miami with Love since she was in elementary school, and it's where she developed her love of cooking.
This experience, it kind of like helped me figure out what I wanted to do growing up. I've seen like them always helping, feeding everybody and making sure everybody was okay. And I got into the passion of cooking.
Now she's an intern with the youth program and giving back.
It feels great to be a role model to kids that look up to me, to tell them don't go that direction.
Harris just received a culinary certification through a program introduced to her through Touching Miami with Love. For single mother Destiny George, the nonprofit has been a safe haven for her and her 5-year-old daughter, Rain. George told me she has been taking parenting classes while her daughter is involved in several of the educational programs. This is a picture of a field trip the two took together to Legoland through Touching Miami with Love.
Extremely grateful. Extremely grateful.
Aww.
It's not easy on your own, and I won't pass it off as being easy on your own. So this has taken a large load off of what my mind was already struggling with.
All of the programs are free to people and youth in the community who want to utilize the services. For Harris, it's a labor of love.
This is peopling work. This is God's work. It's one of those things where being able to share the love of Christ by building relationships, being in community, that is my joy. That is the heart of what we do here at Touching Miami with Love.
Touching Miami with Love serves nearly 400 students every weekday and during the summer. It also offers free services for parents, students, and families not enrolled in their programs who live in the group's target neighborhoods. For more information on how you can take part in the organization, or if you are in need of its services, just go to our website and click on this story.
All right, CBS Miami. This was cute. Shout out to Trina Harris and Touching Miami Love, and that was a beautiful package, and definitely happy to highlight feel good news. And that is our stories for the feel good news segment. So like I said, if you guys ever want to be featured, just slide in our DMs or email us at info@HighLowNewsMiami. If you see a story like this and you're like, Janae, you should share it during your podcast. We'd love to highlight what people are doing positive in the community. It could be something that's funny. It could be something that's heartwarming. It could be giving, philanthropic. Just share those feel good things. We got to make sure we put positivity into our timelines, right? Into our souls, into our community, into our platform. So this is my way of giving back. yeah, so that was really cool. Shout out to Touching Miami with Love, and shout out to all of the high schools football teams who are going to state this weekend, probably is it just all this weekend? And we hoping that y'all bring home the win for South Florida. So y'all ready to get into our hot topics? Yes, this is the time of the show I've been waiting on. Ooh, good timing too. Shout out to Ashley tonight who helped me get in the show tighter. So we got a graphic for that, and then we're gonna get into our first hot topic, which is the Erykah Badu 25th anniversary of Mama's Gun tour. Let's get into our hot topics. Ooh, yes. So y'all, I am excited to talk about this first hot topic, which is the Erykah Badu Mama's Gun 25th anniversary. I don't think she made it to Miami, so I actually flew out to Dallas to see the show. I've always wanted to see her in her hometown, which is Dallas, and I felt like she would be showing out and doing the most. I've seen her in, of course, Miami. I've seen her in DC. I've seen her in Connecticut, and now in Dallas. I've been to, I think, 7 or 8 Erykah Badu shows now over the years, and love her down. And I got a few clips from the show, and then I'm gonna get into my thoughts about the show. So let me share a little bit of my experience at the Erykah Badu show in Dallas. So that was like an opening of the show, and so this is her singing one of my I ain't gonna play too much of that because y'all know how they get me with the music, and then thank you. That was the ending of the show. Y'all, I can't tell how many seconds I could play, so I'm just playing a little quick stuff. However, I'm gonna do a whole recap of this and put it on our social media. Yes, love her. Damn, Mocha Chic. I really enjoyed the lighting production. Okay, we're gonna get into that. But let me see. This was another one. What else I had? Oh, I could show y'all a little bit of my time there. So let me go to my personal page. So at least you can see me there and you can hear a little bit of it. And hopefully we don't get flagged for her. Y'all, I'm still trying to figure out how we could do our show reviews because we had a good time reviewing that episode of Girlfriends, and I got to figure out how to do it again. So, okay, yeah, so this is my time there. So, okay, let me see if I can share this screen with y'all. But yeah, I had a good time. It was sold out. I had a floor seat. I went by my own self. That's why I was only there. I was in Dallas literally for 22 hours. Got in early yesterday morning and flew back out 5 a.m. So I flew out from Fort Lauderdale on Thursday at 7 a.m. and I flew out of Dallas at 5 a.m. So let me see. Okay, so I could play this for y'all. Y'all can see my story. How you go back on this thing? Okay, here you go. Can you hear? Can you hear her? Okay. So this was walking into the pavilion, the Toyota Music Pavilion. This girl, I sang the whole song. You never know how the cars Eddie, you like Erykah Badu like that? We're ready to go like a Let me do it to her. Wait. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Wait. Did they stop it? Let me know. Can y'all still hear me? Because Davika said they found a way to censor it. Did they cut it off? Are we on? I thought I was cutting the music off quick enough. I cannot. Okay, y'all still here? Okay. So let me just find a picture. Oh, I didn't even put a picture up, but let me see if we got a little asset to show. You know what I could do? I just talk, fuck it. But I just want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Didn't you know? Oh, okay. If y'all can still hear me, let me know. I'm confused. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. Because I am scared. They have scared me. Okay. So we still on. So let me give y'all my thoughts. The good. I'll start with the positive. Going to see her, anytime I go see Erykah Badu, it is church, it is spiritual, it is fun, it is healing, it is everything for me. It is an experience. If you are, however you feel about your fave, but see, I feel like my fave, Erykah Badu, is, oh, okay, thank you. I feel like Erykah Badu is one of those singers who, like, y'all already know her frequency is so high. She's so connected to the creator. She's so, like, in tune with herself and her soul, and that comes through in her music. And she's so real and so raw. She's funny. Like, it is an amazing show. And the music and her lyrics have always touched me ever since I heard On and On when I was in elementary school. I had to be about 3rd or 4th grade, and I was wrapping my head with sheets, walking around the house acting like I was her. It was just something always about that woman that connected with my soul just on a deeper level. And as I got older and really started understanding the music and everything, and Mama's Gun is my favorite album from Erykah Badu, although it's kind of, the other ones like Worldwide Underground is a fave too. Of course, Baduism and Put Your Phone Down and oh gosh, New America Part 1 to Part 2. I mean, just, it's hard. It's like asking what's your favorite child, but something about Mama's Gun. When I discovered Mama's Gun, it was years after, maybe like 2 or 3 years after, because at the time when it came out, I was in middle school. My mom wasn't buying us CDs like that, and I wasn't like deep into music, but whatever came out on the radio or whatever had a video, I was obsessed with it. And I remember my friend at the time, she had the Mama's Gun album, and I remember reading that album cover from cover to cover and looking at all the pictures and reading the words, and I was just like, and I remember her, like, she was like, oh, I got this Erykah Badu CD, and for me, I was like, oh, let me see it. Like, I was just obsessed with it. So later in high school, as I got really into my neo soul bag and accepting that that's the type of bitch that I was, a friend of mine, Daryl Friendly, burnt the CD for me. He was like, here go Erykah Badu's Mama's Gun. And he actually put the radio version of Bag Lady on there. So for years, I had never even heard the actual album cover of Bag Lady. Because if you know Mama's Gun, the way Bag Lady is performed on this album is not how the radio version is. It's 2 different songs. I love both of them. Yes, reading the CD book. Yes, read. Y'all remember CD books and reading them and touching them and feeling them? And yes, loved everything about CD books, right? Gen Z, y'all go Google what it is. But it was a time to be had to actually hold your music, right? And so for me, she sonically took us through the journey of Mama's Gun during the show. So she started with, gosh, now I'm gonna be mad at myself for not knowing the name of the word. Melissa, don't judge me, girl, because I don't. Penitentiary. Let me see. Penitentiary Philosophy. That's the name of the first song on the album of Mama's Gun. So she takes us there all the way through Green Eyes, right? And I don't think I've seen Green Eyes perform live, although I've watched it on YouTube a bunch of times. But yeah, she did her thing. And just amazing, just sonically. She's singing, the mic is on. Erykah be singing flat-footed for real. She take her shoes off sometimes, like she be singing. And shout out to Duran Bernard, who actually started as a background singer, and he was there during the tour, but he's now his own star in his own right. But he was there that night as well. And just an amazing show. And of course, when Didn't You Know came on, I just was like, yes. And the people around me, I was a little bit mad because some of them wasn't getting into it. And if you a real Erykah Badu fan like me, if you not around people who get into it, it take away from the shit. Because I be like, I'm not here for this Hollywood sit down. First of all, stop buying concert tickets to sit down. You could watch this on YouTube. You could watch it on your TV at home. Stand your ass up and enjoy the show. I hate people do that because then it make you feel self-conscious when you want to stand up. But I was like, I flew all the way from fucking Miami to be here. I'm going to stand up when I want to stand up, and I dare you to say something. We just gonna have a misunderstanding because I don't care. And you know what? What I will say for Dallas people, unlike Miami people, because y'all be acting real stank-a-dank Miami people. I can't stand y'all. Y'all the worst concert goers in the world. Nobody in Dallas is like, sit down, because a couple of people stood up the whole time. They was Badu super fans and nobody said nothing. Miami people be wanting to fight you if you stand up. I'm like, girl, then why you here? You want to sit down and be sung to? Lazy mother. So yeah, in her home city, they didn't go up. They went up, but some people wasn't standing up the whole time. And so I'm a stand-upper. I want to move around and be free. I want to dance. I want to move my arms. I want to do all the things, right? And so that was a little blowing me, but about a third or fourth song, people was into it, right? And then of course her performing Green Eyes was just everything. Although people wasn't standing up for that, it was at the end of the night. I was mad about that. But here's the thing for me. I have seen Erykah Badu so many times that I know this show by heart. At this point, she has not changed it in 4 years. So all the stuff with the lights and the beatbox and then also too, I watch her on YouTube as well. So I know her show by heart. And when she started adding all the laser discs and the lighting and all that stuff and that little circle dome around her or whatever, not a dome, but like that little cylinder around her of lights, I've seen this before. And so for me, it wasn't the best show, Erykah Badu show. I was a little disappointed because I thought she was going to go up because she's in Dallas. It's her hometown. I thought we was going to have special performances. I thought it was going to be some extra songs. And it really feels like her Atlanta show seemed to have like more little guest things, guest appearances and little pop-outs than Dallas was. So I was kind of disappointed about that. And I really too was hoping the crowd was just going to be super crazy for her because it's Dallas. And not saying that they weren't crazy for her, but I just was expecting pandemonium, like, right? And granted, it was sold out, but yeah. And I actually thought it would have been at the arena. It was at like this music theater, they was calling it the Pavilion. So it's like a theater, like a, but I don't think that wasn't the arena. So I was like, it's kind of a small venue for you to be in your hometown. But they say sometimes you get more love when you not at home, because DC was at their basketball arena. Dana sold out, pack, and the people stood up the whole time. But DC people, I noticed they like to have a good time. So that was a great audience, and that show was great. That to me was the best show that I've ever been to. Of course, since the first ever Erykah Badu show that I saw, which was at Jazz in the Gardens, and that was great too. But I was expecting a little bit more from her in Dallas, and I was a little underwhelmed with what it was. So still love it, still great. I'm glad I did this. That was a treat for myself for my birthday, of course, and I wanted to come review it and talk about it on Hello News, but yeah, I just was expecting a little bit more sauce, We only had the famous BK producer DJing for her. Oh, okay. At least you had that. Now she had somebody who sounded like oh my gosh, Roy Ayers, or not Roy Ayers, Will Downing. He was singing and doing something on the keys. And like I said, we had Duran Bernard, but it wasn't no extraness that I thought I was gonna get. But still great show nonetheless. And I would say this, if you are an Erykah Badu fan or like any of her music, even if it's 2 or 3 songs, I would encourage you to go to a show and experience it. It is a spiritual experience. And you know, Melissa, I'm forgetting we saw her at 3 Points that year SZA performed. That was back in like 2018 or 19, and we had a great time too. So yeah, Erykah Badu puts on a great show. Her mic be on. She sounds just like the record. And she's funny too. She had on this like Sarah Barton suit where her like boobs were like really big and her butt was really big. And she was like making it clap. Like it was a good time. Like she's hilarious. She's funny and she's so talented. And she also too dance for us and everything. Like, I don't know if y'all know, she be doing her liturgical dance and stuff like that. Like my girl be giving show. She gives a show. And she's a character, and it was so good. And she had a portion where she, you know, she gonna get into the word, she gonna get spiritual, she gonna encourage yourself, and she speak to the men and she speak to the women. Like it's a great time. Like that's why I say it's a spiritual experience for me. I am whole. That's why I'm still this the outfit I wore last night. I'm still in the same clothes. That's how connected I'm is to mother, to Erykah Badu. I still got on the same clothes. But I had a great time. And like I said, I would encourage anybody to go see her show. Yep, we done like 3 Erykah concerts together. You know what? You're right. Because I think we've been together when she was there at Jazz in the Gardens too, Melissa. We still need to do one out of town together. I think we should do that. And I think we should probably do DC because, like I said, that crowd went up. And I think me and you would have a good time there. She showed us Full Moose Knuckle in her tights. She had something over like a little corset for us. So I didn't see all up in her business. But you know, Erykah Badu is bodied. Mama is bodied. Got one of the best bodies in the game, and it's all natural. I hope so. I don't think my good sis went and got no work done, but booty. Look, just y'all seen window seat. Erykah Badu is fine, and she's always been fine, but she's really thick now. Like I love it. And here's the thing, because as I started gaining weight, I'm like, well, I'm in my Erykah Badu era, because I don't know if anybody knows me from back in the day. I used to be a little bony, little something. Then I started gaining weight and curving out. I'm like, oh, I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm gaining weight and getting a little booty too. So many similarities. I love her. I love her. Yes, she is thick girl. Yes, and fine, and beautiful, and just beautiful inside and out. And she's actually somebody, I remember Jamie Foxx saying he didn't want to get close to Jay-Z because he's a fan. He's like, I want to keep that mystery. She is somebody that, as much as I want to meet her, and I think I would want to someday do a meet and greet, just a photo, but I never want to know her. I want to keep this mystery, this wall between me and her, because I need what I think of her in my head, it has to stay that. I've heard people that, you know how they say never meet your idols? I never want to. Like, I want to keep this thought that I have of her, this idea that I have of her, because if anything changes it, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be so sad in my heart if she's anything less than what I think she is. Although I've heard she's real cool. But yeah, I think I would just want to just take a picture and never even speak. First of all, I don't even know if I'll be able to speak. I'm probably start crying if I met Erykah Badu. I'd be like, girl, your music just heals me. Yes. And if you ever going through a breakup, go listen to Green Eyes. Oh, let me tell y'all my story of Green Eyes, how I almost never heard that full song. I used to turn it off every time it went into that old timey, my eyes are green, 'cause I eat a lot of vegetables. If you know Green Eyes, then you know what I'm talking about. It don't have nothing to do with your new friend. So anyway, so she has this, like, it starts like with this like old school juke joint type of like 1930s, 1940s song. So I used to turn it off every time. And one day I was cleaning up, and you know, I didn't get to the CD player in time. I'm in high school at the time, and I went and I just let it, like, whatever, it just kept playing. And when that song switched, I said, wait, is this another song on the CD that I ain't know about? Then it switched again. Green Eyes is like a 12-minute song. It has 3 different songs in one, and it goes through different phases of like a breakup. And then you have like Green Eyes, which is envy. Like, you're green because your lover don't moved on with somebody else. And then you go into like, and each of the songs have a different title. Like, damn, I can't remember the names. I know what they are because I was looking in the album cover, right? But it's like, you got Denial, then you got like devastation and desperation. Then you got acceptance, and it's like she takes you through the phases. Oh, I never knew this, Janae. Yes, I almost never heard the song. I did not like that old tiny shit at the first. I kept cutting it off for years. And I think one day, like I said, I let the song play and I said, this is the best song on this album. And it goes through it's a beautifully written song. It's so vulnerable. It's so real. If you ever been through a breakup, hurt, envy, depression. Yes, she goes through all of it. And it's just one of those songs that's just so real and just like the epitome of like what her pen is. Like she could really put you into like the mindset of whatever emotion that she's evoking, you know? Yes, it's a begging song. Like I can't even really listen to it if I'm not like in that type of mood, because it takes you there. Like you feel like you broke up with somebody. You could have a happy day. She's seen green eyes. You broke up with somebody. You ain't even had to break up with nobody. You're going to break up with somebody in that moment. But my favorite Erykah Badu song on that album outside of Green Eyes is Didn't You Know? And of course, it's a tie between Orange Moon and I'm in Love with You. It's, those are like my tops on that album. Of course, Bag Lady is just Bag Lady. It's a classic. But my overall favorite Erykah Badu song is a song from Worldwide Underground called I Want You. It's a love song, and it's like about you wanting this man or your person, and you like, I tried to turn the sauna up the hotter, drink a whole jar of holy water, but it won't let go. Like you like this person's in your pores, like you're doing all this stuff to forget them, but it's like, I just want you. It's just a beautiful, funky, sexy song. And that's my favorite Erykah Badu song, if y'all wanted to know. So that is my neck. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I forgot. That was fine. Yep. She gives us all the singing talent on Green Eyes. Yes, she does. The voice is voicing. So that is my review of the Mama's Gun 25th anniversary show that I experienced in Dallas. Like I said, if you have a chance to see Erykah Badu live, I would encourage you to. And go put on an Erykah Badu song. If you never experienced her, go put on an album and just go get lost sonically. You will be forever changed. And I thank you, Mother Badu, for what you have given me in music. It has been freeing and healing and all the things. So, y'all ready to talk about Diddy? The diddler? The diddler? Yes, top favorite. Yes, she is. Diddy do it? Yes, he did. If you watched that documentary, put a D in the chat or yes or something. Have y'all watched the Diddy documentary? I had so many thoughts. It really, it's a dark, it's a triggering. If you've experienced abuse of any kind, it can be triggering because they go there. And so for me, certain things I had to be like, oh girl, I can't watch him kicking and beating up Cassie. I always have to either cover that or fast forward through that. It's just too much for me to watch. But ooh, I have notes. Y'all got notes? Put notes in the thing because I have to get these out. I had to get this out, how I felt about Diddy. What I told y'all about texting me through this during this show. That was funny what I just read. But my thoughts on Diddy, right? Wait, y'all didn't watch it? Well, spoiler alert. But here's the thing. A lot of that stuff we have been hearing about in pop culture, so it really wasn't like a lot of shocking or super new information, but it kind of was like telling the story from a different perspective of things that we've seen over the years in pop culture, right? So let me see if I got a little visual, a Diddy arse that we could show real quick. Diddy, there you go. Diddy do it. So my first thought was, I kind of went through episode, right? How y'all feel about the mama? Diddy mama, she a part of this. And this is what my two thoughts on Diddy mama. So one, they go and paint. They tell the story chronologically. It's 4 episodes. It's on Netflix. It's like one of a top watch a documentary or show on Netflix. I think it got 21 million views in its first week. I definitely was one of them. And here's the thing, I kept falling asleep on it. So they got so many watches out of me. I kept waking up and being like, Diddy in the bed, because it was all on the TV while I was watching it. What's up, Justin? We talking about Diddy. We talking about the Diddy documentary. Did you see it? So, yep, gotta be Diddy. Yep. So they start with like his childhood, right? And their childhood friend talks about how they ain't no wait, y'all ain't see the Diddy documentary? Y'all just watching the memes on in the reels on social media. But anyways, the friend talk about how the mom abused him, right? And so to me, you paint this picture of somebody of like, because it's like a lot of time abusers, they've witnessed abuse or experienced abuse, and that be their way of like regaining their powers. There's their sick way, they become the abuser themselves. And so they paint this picture of his mom, even though she loved him and she would dress him up and buy him things and do different things. They also show that she'd also too would if he got a beating, he got a beating. And here's the thing. You saw it, Lex? Puffy is low-key an evil mastermind. Huh. He losing right now. I don't know how masterful he is right now. But y'all ever been to a friend house and they mama beat their ass way more extreme than your mama beat you? And you be like, Miss Lisa, please don't hit me. I didn't think that. You be sitting there uncomfortable like, I didn't think that deserved that type of beating. My mama don't hit me like that. That is what the friend was saying about Diddy. Mama, she said when Diddy got beatings, it was like he got beatings. And so they're setting up this story, this narrative of an abused child, right? Also, too, they talk about, and I've heard this too about Diddy's mom, like she was a hustler, she worked a lot of jobs, she was in the streets or whatever. And they said his dad was a drug dealer and possibly an informant that got got shot in the brains blown out in Central Park. And so they talk about this lore that Puff Daddy created around his dad being this gangster, and they're like how he almost probably, people were insinuating that he kind of wanted to emulate this life that he thought his dad had as this gangster that, he never got to meet him. But they said like there's an article where even like it shows early on that his mom is dressing him in this extravagant things. And like he has this floral and chinchilla coat, wearing it to his dad's funeral. He's like 5 or 6 years old, young kid. And so we start seeing the makings of the child Diddy, Sean Combs, that will grow up to be the monster that we see kicking and beating women and doing these horrendous things. But everything starts in childhood, and they're showing that these things started and shaping him from childhood, the way he is extravagant and how he's over the top, but also too there's the abuse and the predatory energy, and they're saying that it started with his mom. So I kind of like why you don't this why you don't spoil kids. Shut up, Justin. She annoyed me with that letter to Kirk. Talk about he not owed anything. That's crazy when that man did all that dirty behind the scenes. Exactly. Haven't seen the documentary, but always felt mom was a part of it. Yes. The mama. And here's the thing. She, of course, she's not going to be on camera for this, but there is a story there that we need to dig into, because here's the tea. I think the mama knew about all this stuff. I think the mama knew about the drugging, the rapings, the killings, the murderings, the all the stuff with the people, because I think she's also helping him like conceal stuff. Like stuff is in her name. She want the lifestyle. She come from that hustle world, so she probably like, this what we doing, Sean. Like, okay. But they also say there's a scene, not a scene, but there's an incident that one of the childhood friends, I don't know if it was Kirk Burroughs, or y'all know Kirk, if you're watching the documentary, he is the co-founder of Bad Boy, and he met Puff when he was working at Uptown at Andre Harrell's record label, right? And I don't know if it was Kirk Burroughs or the childhood friend that said that there was an incident that happened and Puff Daddy like cussed out the mama and slapped her across the face and called her a bitch. And to me, that was the switch of the power dynamic change. And I'm grown, you used to beat me, now I'm gonna beat you, but you also gonna be an accomplice in this stuff I'm finna do, right? And so they start painting this like sick, twisted story of like how Puff wanted power. He wanted to be in Andre Harrell's good graces. And y'all know the story. He got this task to go drop something off at a location, and he ran there and back. And Andre Harrell thought it would take him 10, 15 minutes, and he came back in 5. And it's like, oh gosh, this kid is hungry, right? And so shout out to Jessie Wu too. She's a Miami native, actually went to FIU journalism school too. She did a really, really great breakdown of the documentary as well. So y'all check her out too. But she was talking about in her reviews how she feels that Andre Harrell also played a huge role in the making of what we see as Diddy. And I always thought that too. I thought that Mama and Andre Harrell always played a deeper role in the monster that became Diddy, right? Because these are people in his formative years, in his career, of course, in his life. And I'm like, you get these things from somewhere. Like, I feel like Diddy's shadiness in the music industry was taught by Andre Harrell. Ooh, I forgot this. So, and y'all know Andre Harrell is going on to be with the Lord, right? So he not here with us now to defend himself or talk about none of this. But y'all know I used to work in radio, right? So I'm not in the music industry. And y'all know as a journalist, I'm on the fringes of that world, right? But somebody I know who worked with Andre Harrell told me he heard Andre, he used to work for Andre Harrell, right? And he told me a story that from his time working with him. And he said Andre Harrell was on the phone with this big time act, this singer or rapper or somebody. And he said the person is like, where's my money? Where is this and that? Like, I'm broke, blah, blah, blah. And he said Andre Harrell told the guy, I'm here to make you famous. I'm not here to make you rich. And he said Andre Harrell and him had this conversation about that. He's like, this is what they think this is. He's like, no, this is the music industry. I make them famous. I don't make them rich. I make me rich. So when you think about if this is Andre Harrell, Diddy is Andre Harrell's protege. And I've heard this firsthand from somebody who worked for Andre Harrell. I know that's what he taught Diddy to. And you see that in Diddy's dealings, right? With how he does his contracts, and people are always broke. They be famous. My job is to make you famous. My job is not to make you rich. And we all know that's what the music industry is all about. Let me see what y'all saying in the thing. Andre was his mentor, so I could see that. Yep. Yes, she benefited from everything he did, good, bad, or ugly. Exactly. And here's other thing too, when you come from poor, impoverished background, especially too, and you have that hustler energy in you, whether you sold drugs, you stripped, you scammed people, whatever you did, if your child or whoever is close to you start making money on that way, you're gonna do what you need to do to keep it. You're gonna bring some of that hustle energy into the situation too. So I'm just saying, I think the mama is tied in a way. The music business is brutal. It's cutthroat. Yes, it did. The Diddler was Andre on steroids. Exactly. And I think that's good point. I feel like Andre probably was doing shady shit, but not so much to the point where people are like, oh my God, like not taking it overboard. I feel like Diddy, because of how he was raised and also to whatever the chemical makeup or non-makeup of his brain made him take it to a whole nother sinister level, right? And so we see the makings now in the documentary of like how we get to the Puff we see today, arrested in jail and all this stuff that comes out. And so let me see what my other notes was. So here's the other thing too. So in episode 1, there's a part, and if you've seen this, Eddie, like there's a part, and not taking anything from an essay victim, right? I'm never victim blaming. What I'm saying is there is a part of the storytelling that is missing a huge chunk for me, and maybe I missed it. But there is the first account in the documentary of Puff Daddy's first essay victim, right? Assault victim. And she's talking about being at a party at Andre Harrell's house, helping him clean up. And then she says the next day, Diddy asked her to go be in a music video. They actually show clips from that music video. And then she says that, like, then they cut to her saying that somebody says she's on a sex tape and that Diddy is doing all these things to her and he's showing it at parties. And I was like, wait, how we jump from you on a video shoot to you on a video being filmed with Diddy? they didn't set up the fact of like what she believed happened. So I had to draw conclusions on like, well, maybe something happened at the video shoot. Did something happen at the house? Like she never mentions even being alone with Diddy at the party, at the house party at Andre Harrell's house. She doesn't mention anything that leads us into like something could have happened. And I know they were saying like she later like alludes to her possibly being drugged and not knowing that Diddy drugged her to film her on tape having non-consensual sex, right? And so, but that was the part I was like, and that was the thing, some things in the storytelling of the documentary was kind of choppy. It was like, how we jump from here to here. Why are we not asking the subjects what do they think happened? Like, you know, we show and not, you know, we show and tell in storytelling. So that part kind of annoyed me because I'm like, I still don't know what happened. All I know is she was at a party. She said she was helping them clean up. The next day, Diddy asked her to be in a video shoot. Then the next scene, she's immediately crying, saying that she was on video camera being essayed. And I'm like, that was a little clunky, right? With some of the storytelling. So that's something I had an issue with the documentary, because I'm like, you already got the people here. Ask the questions. Put the stuff together. Let us tell the full story, right? So that was a little unclear for me. So if y'all understood that part, let me know, because I'm like, how she got from the video shoot in the early 90s to being on camera, being essayed. And the crazy thing about that is they're calling it, have y'all heard of destiny swapping? And this is something that I heard Jessie Wu say on her review. They're saying that that's like this popular term now on social media, but destiny swapping is when like somebody is envious of the talent and destiny, so to speak, that God has for you, and they sabotage you or hurt you so that they could take your place to take your destiny. And so they're calling Diddy like a destiny swapper. And he's like, you know, looking at different people and wanting to be like them. And they said something that he saw, was it Alpo? Y'all remember Paid in Full? And it's based on real drug dealers out of Harlem. So they said one of the drug dealers that's out of the movie Paid in Full would film himself having sex with women and play it during parties to like show like, oh, you thought this was such and such girl? Yeah, I had her and I got her on camera. And they said Diddy did that to this girl that he essayed. So he filmed her and then started showing it at parties. So they said that like he was emulating people that he thought was powerful or popular or whatever, and he would try to do what they did to show that he, I guess by proxy, was powerful and popular and all these things, right? So the production was missing parts and didn't keep the storyline. I mean, they kept the timeline, but some things were a little confusing because there are chunks of the story missing. So it's like they would make an allegation or tell something from someone, but they don't give us the lead up to how they got there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't understand how, like, I wish there was a part for that person's story where somebody was explaining what they think allegedly happened, because I still don't understand how you're actually in this video. When were you alone? When do you think you were alone with Diddy? Or what do you think happened to you? Like, they didn't even ask her that. Like, I wish she would have said, I don't remember what happened, but I believe he drugged me. You know what I'm saying? Or I needed something, or read what she put in her lawsuit against him. Like, I don't know what happened. And that was a part that was a little, just for me and my black and white brain, I was like almost malfunctioning, because I was like, what happened here? So when we talk about destiny swapping, now this was news to me. And you know, back in the day, they used to say the East Coast, West Coast beef, and they was like, Suge killed Biggie and Puffy killed Tupac. At this point, after watching this documentary, Puffy killed everybody. He killed everybody allegedly, right? So they tell the story of how, and they actually, y'all remember, like recently there was a somebody got brought up on charges for in the murder. They were implicated in the murder of Tupac. And they have the recording of him confessing it to the cops. Like, they have this, right? There's nothing, y'all got to understand. Anything with government is public record. Somebody could get it. Okay. Y'all just need to know. So, and they said Buddy didn't think that, you know, he would be implicated in the murder. It was like, if he told this, it would help lessen another sentence that he had. So he ended up telling what he says happened the night Tupac was killed. And actually, Puffy allegedly sent out $1 million hit for Suge and Tupac, and he was working with the Crips to do it through proxy of some drug dealers out of New York that he met, right? And so they said that he was envious of Tupac's and Biggie's relationship, because we all know Tupac and Biggie were friends at some point, and then things went south, right? And yeah, he did it all. We heard it. Yes, and so they start setting up this whole thing, and as y'all know, what the shooting that happened at Quad Studios, and Tupac feeling like they set him up, and Biggie like, like, dang, we ain't do this or whatever. Then he made that's why F your wife, you F your fat B. You already know, get money. Is it hit him up? Is it hit him up, y'all? The Tupac song, y'all already know, because he had the fake Biggie, the fake Lil Kim, the fake Puff Daddy in the video, and he goes in. Y'all already know Tupac pen is lethal. Baby is lethal. So he going in, and they said Tupac was getting a lot of, not Tupac, Puff was getting a lot of death threats, right? And so I feel like, but here's the other thing too. This is what the documentary confirmed for me, but I always felt this way about Diddy. Diddy never was a street dude to me. Was he a street dude to y'all? Yeah, was hit him up. I never saw Diddy as a street dude. Yeah, he was lame before copying Heavy D. Exactly, with all that dancing and wanting to be all in the video, as Suge Knight said. Shout out, for a side note, if y'all ever want to see a funny, cringy video of me, go look at my crowdfunded video on our YouTube page, and I'm doing a parody of Suge Knight at the Source Awards, making fun of Diddy. Had no idea 5 years later that this would be a thing. So I may re-release it, but nobody understood what I was doing at the time. But since that video don't resurface, I think some people may find it funny. But anyways, so it starts like all this whole beef or whatever. And that's what I was saying. So I never felt like Diddy was a street dude, right? I never felt like he was hard. I never felt like he sold drugs, like he was a gangster. Like he just felt like a guy who maybe grew up in the inner city, but wasn't about that life. It gave like, I want to be that guy, but I'm not that guy, right? And so I feel like once he started getting those threats and stuff, I think he got scared and pooched up and was the bitch that he was growing up, because his friend also said he used to get his ass beat as a kid, and then his mama started saying, you keep getting beat up, I'm gonna beat you up even more. So they say he started, becoming different and fighting unfair or whatever, but I don't think he ever was that guy like that, right? And so to me, when he started getting those death threats after Pac and the East Coast, West Coast beef got big and they were getting threats, I think he got scared and was like, I'm finna put a hit on him. I don't want this. And, Tupac, they also laid the groundwork for, if Puff feel like you embarrass him, he gonna get his lick back. He's somebody, he don't let nothing go. So I think between Puff and Suge embarrassing him at the award show and in videos, he wanted them gone, because that's hitting at his ego. But we already see he's an egomaniac. We ain't noticed in the 90s, right? We saw a little bit of him being cheesy, because here's the thing, we always thought it was cheesy that Diddy was always in the videos dancing. I don't think nobody was like, oh, this is cool. We all used to kind of like make fun of it. I remember that being like a part of popular culture where people was like, yeah, Diddy gonna be all in the video dancing, doing, shaking and, gyrating and doing the most or whatever. And so I think once he got those threats, that's when he linked up with those gangsters and he put a hit out on Tupac. And I totally believe he got away with murder. I think, and he was smart about it. He didn't touch no hands. He didn't talk to nobody directly. And the sad part about it is, I ain't gonna spoil it too much, because there's some people who in here ain't watching, but you will see how effed up it was for the people who, in a sense of like, they got immediate karma for shooting Suge and killing Tupac, because you ain't even get the money that you was promised or whatever. So, but I believe that he had everything to do with it. Everything, I think. And when I think about how fine Tupac is, can y'all imagine all the music we got robbed, all the acting we got robbed, all the knowledge we got robbed? Like, can y'all imagine seeing Tupac like nowadays on social media talking about Black power and empowerment? And I think he would have got an Academy Award. Like, he was in his acting bag, like the music that we were robbed, like such a phenomenal talent. And here's the thing, I don't feel like Tupac, he didn't do himself any favors, like with getting caught up with that fight at that Vegas, after the Tyson fight, So he didn't, do himself no favors in that regard, because that kind of set up that whole play in motion for them to get him. But I'm just mad at, I don't think the Crips are going to look for him if Puff Diddy don't go put that hit on Tupac head, right? And so I'm just still, that's honestly, Tupac and Biggie are two deaths that always bothered me, because they feel so senseless. Like, they feel, especially at my big grown age of 37, I'm like, why are y'all dead? Y'all was really beefing over music? This is so stupid, right? The East Coast, West Coast beef always felt so stupid to me, especially somebody from Miami, because y'all know the South, we was like, what y'all fighting over? What's the big deal, right? But street dudes, egos, and stuff like that get in the way, right? Let me see what y'all saying. First off, best parody ever on Hollow, definitely drop again. Yeah, that ego couldn't take Suge Knight coming at him, and Suge would have beat his A. It definitely sounds possible that Puff did. I believe Diddy killed Tupac. He is the reason why Tupac is dead. We all know the music, but Tupac's a really good actor. Yes, and that's the thing too. We don't talk about Tupac as an actor. Like, we got robbed of so much, right? So they say this in the documentary, and then I don't feel like this. I don't think, and here's the thing that also too, now in my adult brain, because before I used to think that Suge got Tupac killed for money or whatever, like just trying to figure out the theories. And then I'm like, no, this is your artist. He's a cash cow. Why would you try to get him murdered, right? That just don't make no sense, right? So now thinking back, I'm like, I don't think he did that. Now here's the thing with Biggie's death. I don't think Diddy intentionally tried to kill Biggie, because of course he's the cash cow. I think he was so reckless in his ego and trying to be machismo and macho and show people in LA like, I ain't scared of y'all. I'm gonna do this party. I'm gonna be in y'all hood. I'm gonna be in y'all turf. That he recklessly and indirectly got Biggie killed, because he wanted to showboat and he wanted to show them how much of a man he was and how he wasn't scared of them. Meanwhile, it ain't really you. It's the money that you got paying people to do the stuff. Like, anybody can get money and pay. Like, you ain't really about that life. So when you get to the part of Biggie and what's going on there, I was like, and Biggie, to me, Pac dying and you seeing the fight and that retaliation, that felt plausible, right? Like, you beat up a Crip. You beat up a Blood, or no, he beat up the Crips. Yeah. Because, Suge is affiliated with the Bloods. So the Crips coming back to shoot you, that felt plausible, right? Biggie dying always felt so unnecessary, because it was like, why are you in LA so soon after this death of Tupac, and you're getting death threats, you're getting threatened? Why are you there? And I just feel so bad. And when you think about how young Tupac and Biggie were, they're kids. When they like in their mid-20s, what were they, 24, 25, somewhere in there? When I think about a 24, 25-year-old now, I'm like, that's a kid to me. That's a baby to me. So they're not even fully developed human beings who could think properly and critically, like in a deep, deep way, talented human beings. But to me, I always was like, why didn't Biggie push back more on Puff and say, I'm not gonna fucking stay in LA, or I'm not going to LA? But Puff was pushing him to promote his album. He actually had a European tour that he wanted to do. Puff canceled it, said he wanted him at this party. And you could see in those last pictures of Biggie at that party, he looks physically uncomfortable. He looks like he does not want to be there. And I always felt like that was so arrogant and so useless. I was like, why does Puff have him there? It always felt so silly. Honestly, Biggie should not be dead. He should not be dead. And I feel like Puffy was so reckless and so ego driven to want to show the LA boys that he ain't scared of them, that Big ended up losing his life. And what does Puff do afterwards? I don't know if y'all been seeing all the videos, but he goes and make himself be take the place of the space that Biggie was in. Now Puff album coming out. Now Puff making a song. It's kind of hard with you not around. I know you in heaven. Now, like, we all can't rap. We never felt like Puff could rap. He's not talented. We just felt like he's a decent producer, but just in the documentary, they show him as somebody who doesn't have talent, and he just latches on to people. Here's what his talent is. His talent is seeing other people's talent and figuring out how to take their shit and take their spot. That's his talent. And you got to understand, people who are marketing and in sales, they got a talk game. real good talk game. So I could see how somebody like him could have convinced Biggie to stay and all this other stuff. And whoever knows what other threats or something he gave Biggie, I don't know. But I just always was like, what did he say to Biggie to get Biggie to come to dangerous ass LA shortly after the killing of Tupac? Like, Biggie should not be dead, right? So let me see what y'all saying. I was sure that he did it on purpose and Big was scared. So sad. And that's the other thing too. I want to know, was Big scared of Puff in the sense of like, not like physically scared, because clearly Biggie could beat up Puff, but was it like on some threatening, like, I'm gonna take your royalties or I'm gonna do this, this, and that to you? Although Kirk Burroughs does say that Biggie did successfully renegotiate his contract. So who knows? What if Puff ain't want to pay out all that money? What if he like, if something happened to Big, something happened to Big? Because they said he ended up changing it after Biggie's death to be more favorable for Bad Boy. And we all seen the headlines that Puff made Biggie estate pay for his funeral. Child. Yes, Puffy got Biggie killed. Ego. Yep. Oh, I didn't think of that, Janae. You're right. He did smart doing music. And so that's the thing. Like, I think the contract had something to do with it because it was right after. Exactly. Because Biggie wanted to renegotiate his contract and successfully did it. That's why I think Puff was okay with putting Biggie in that dangerous situation. And y'all ever thought about this? Suge was in a car with Tupac. Suge actually got shot in the head because the Crips said they thought they killed him because they saw the bullets hit his body. But Suge is a big boy or whatever. So he ain't, and Pac was little. He about my size. He died. And he got the brunt of the shots, right? But why wasn't Puff in that car? I'm just saying, allegedly. Now I think about it even more, and I'm not even a big conspiracy theorist, but I dabble in it a little bit when I'm trying to, be having fun. But all of this stuff is too coincidental. Why weren't you in the car with Biggie? Puff is just an over finesse Biggie, especially it's just an over finesse Biggie, especially once the beef started. Yep. And I'm like, Puff is this man who wanted to be that guy. And here's the other thing too, and I hope this is a lesson for everybody. I don't deal with jealousy spirits. I don't deal with jealousy spirits at all. People who are jealous of you will hurt you. Whether that's stealing from you, whether that's your man, your money, your job, your body, like they will do stuff to you to try to hurt you. Anybody that's jealous of you, I don't care if that's your mama, your daddy, your friend, your coworker, your family, get away from them, because people who are jealous of you want to hurt you because it kills them to see you shining. It kills them to see you have what they wish they had. And I think that spirit of jealousy was just dripping all through Puffy pores. You could see they paint this picture over and over again of somebody who was jealous of people and wanted what they have. And y'all don't play with people. Don't play with people. Don't play with people who jealous to you. Shout out to Mega Music in the Star. I would never steal from you. You bet not. Shout out Mega for watching. Hey. But yeah, don't play with jealousy spirits. Do not play with jealousy spirits. And I'm trying. I'm trying to focus. So the next thought I had, this was the one. This was a dark one. Like I said, if you ever experience some type of SA or assault, this may not be the thing for you, but y'all, skipping over to, so we know he killed allegedly Tupac and Biggie, right? And he's a destiny swapping, destiny stealing, jealousy man, right? So, but here's the thing, he keeps getting away with murder and these like bad things. So in his mind, he think he could get away with murder, right? And here's the thing, then they get into him essaying women and that thing, right? And the story that broke my heart, facts though, jealousy ain't no joke. It ain't. Y'all heard my auntie said, do not, Something in my spirit is saying, say this again, because I feel like somebody need to hear it, right? Do not play with people who are even a little bit jealous of you. Do not play with them. Do not keep them in your life. You need to immediately distance yourself from people who are jealous of you. I have personally experienced it, and I have personally saw it. I've personally witnessed it. They will try to destroy you. It is something about that jealousy spirit is so dangerous, because when people don't love themselves and then they see something in you and they envious and jealous of you, they want you gone. Their brain be warped. Their brain ain't saying work on you and get better and love you. Their brain say take that person out, hurt that person. Don't play with it, y'all. Puffy showed us he don't kill 15 people. Jealous, allegedly, right? So back to this very, 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 this was the story that was new, and it shook me. Y'all, the Aubrey O'Day story. Y'all remember the email? What a lady said, she's at a party at what they call it, Daddy's house, the Bad Boys production studio. And she said she looking for a bathroom, and she see two men running a train on a white girl. And she says she looks and sees that it's Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane, y'all. And the lady, like, she looked out of it. Her bottom is off, and one person is doing her from one end, and another person is doing her from another end. And it was Diddy and his security guard. Y'all, while Aubrey said she don't even remember it, she was like, in my mind, that never happened, right? She like, in my mind, I don't even know what this is, what this person is talking about. She was like, and you know what? Aubrey was spilling the tea on him. She had all those emails about what Puffy was saying to her. I'm going to hold that thought, because I'm going to go back to that, right? It sure is, that jealousy spirit is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so the thing that really bothered, that was shocking to me, that shook me about the Aubrey thing, is because she's like, I don't even remember. Like, she's like, this never happened to me. And the woman is like, I will go on record. She's like, I saw you. And here's the thing, Aubrey O'Day is famous, especially if you're a millennial of a certain age. We all love making a band. I remember us shutting our whole whatever night that came on. I was in college. We was all into making a band. That was a top show. Aubrey O'Day was the face of Danity Kane. So if you was around during that time, you know Aubrey when you see Aubrey. And I believe that woman, whoever saw her, and she said that they told her to close. She said she was there with somebody who worked at Bad Boy, and she told them what she saw. And they said, you ain't see nothing, mind your business. And she said once all this stuff came out about Diddy, she felt the power and the courage to tell this story. And Aubrey was shook. She was like, I can't believe that happened to me. She's like, I can't accept that, because she's like, that means like I got essayed, right? I don't even know if you could say the R word on here, RAPE, like, so she's like, I can't believe this. And I'm like, so then they cut to the woman who I told y'all what the story was missing. And she said Diddy videotaped her and she don't remember it. Diddy has been drugging women for decades, and they don't know that they have been having sex with him and he's raping them. Mind blown. I felt my heart broke for Aubrey, because the look on her face was like, I can't accept that was my reality. Like it's almost like something in her would break if she accepted the fact, because it's almost too like, well, when else did he do this to me? And she said he was sending her emails. Yeah. Oh, you say grape. Okay, grape. Okay, sorry, y'all. I hope they don't take we ain't monetized yet, but I hope they don't take me down for that. But so she's showing emails of him saying that he want to turn her out, and he's ending the emails with God is love. Y'all see how twisted he is? How you say you want to dog somebody out and run a train on them, and you end it in your signature, God is love. Woo! But they said the devil know the Bible too. The devil know God too. He know. And people like that try to use and mix all of the spirituality and God and church into what they doing to confuse you. And if you ain't got a strong mind, and that's the thing about the music industry too, it's like you want to be on so bad, you put up with those predatory spirits. And so that was a very, very like shocking story to me, because I was like, Diddy is crazy. Diddy is a monster. And why was his son involved in some of that stuff? Misa's son. I think Misa's son, Justin, who looked like him, and the other one, Quincy, who looked like his daddy, I'll be sure, with his fine self. But here's the thing. The son's involved in it because that's the daddy. He grooming them. He raised them. They ain't got no choice but to be like him. How you growing up rich, you growing up privileged, and you growing up with somebody who's a predator that's teaching you how to do this. They ain't had no choice. And he abusing the mama, so ain't like the mamas could really get them away from him. Oh gosh, it's so dark. That stronghold, that web is so dark and deep. It's sad. And I won't be surprised. And they said one of the sons have a case of assault against him. That's another reason why my bro RP had to leave the 305. That's why Uncle George had to leave, because of jealousy, auntie. I never knew that. Yeah, a dirty man. His mind, his whooped to the max. Yeah, Diddy mind is dark. Now the son is next problem. Yes, he is. Puffy is definitely a monster. Both of them. Yep. And here's the thing, though. For me, the chickens come home to roost. And here's the thing. And I think I told y'all this when all this stuff came. Oh, wow. When all this stuff started happening with Diddy, y'all know the name of my business is Tate Media Enterprises. I loved the business, the black excellence of what I thought Diddy was, so much so that I named my business after Sean Combs Enterprises. That's how much I looked up to him in that way. I was like, oh, I ain't hustling enough. Diddy did this, Diddy did that. And I used to go to the Revolt music conferences when they were down here in Miami. Certain people gave him the key to the city. We ain't gonna bring that back up. I'm gonna just say they ain't know what was going on, right? But I was going to them conferences and eating it up. And yes, I need to work harder. Come to find out. And Diddy's like, I work hard. I run here. I don't sleep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sleeping too much. I need to work harder. All this time he on drugs. Of course he not sleeping. Making me feel like I ain't working hard enough. No, I'm not taking no drugs. So of course I'm not staying up for 3 days straight, 3 weeks straight. Y'all see how, you don't know what's behind people real life, and you thinking that they just working hard. No, they're working hard on cocaine and Adderall and all the pills and the blue magic or whatever else, the pink cocaine. Yeah, you're right, Diddy. I don't work hard enough because I'm not going to snort no cocaine to be up for 3 weeks straight. You right. The devil was the minister of music. That's why so much evil comes through the music ministry. That's right, mommy. That's right. He could do that because he serves a different God, lowercase. Ooh, yes. And let's stick. Woo! Claudette, you said a word. Mommy, you said a word. And that's the thing. You got to be careful too. And I would encourage any parent who got their kid in the music world, keep them safe, keep them prayed up. Even if you in the music world, y'all don't understand that in this world, to me, I believe there are energies that are allowed to happen. And if you're not cognizant of how to maneuver those things, they can take control and they can have destiny and manifest in your life. And because he served the lowercase g, he was serving that energy, that God, the devil, whatever negative energy you want to call it. And that's how he's being negatively rewarded for all this bad behavior. Yeah, so he has this city college death and he's able to avoid it. And he has this thing going on, and Tupac and Biggie and this with Shine and the women. And because he's feeding that lowercase g, he's serving that lowercase g. And the thing, if y'all ever know anything about church spirituality, cause and effect, when you dab into that energy and you give into that energy, you never have peace, and you always lose it. You lose it all in the most grand way. Look what's happening to Diddy. I believe that. He's serving a lowercase g. He served a lowercase g for real. I did notice the oldest Q is implicated in the dirty tales. You know what? But I still feel like Q is in some stuff. I don't think he was as deep in as I think Justin and what's the little boy, the one that looked like him, or that one that looked like Diddy, Kim Porter's son. But I feel like Quincy and some of that stuff. I'm praying he not as deep in, but I feel like I just don't. I think the 3 oldest boys got something going on with the daddy. Auditioned for work for Diddy. Girl, what? Did you get in? Did you get far? Did you get that far? Literally, I was like, wait, I need this energy. Then they said pink and purple. That yes, exactly. You think you need that energy? No, you need that cocaine if you want to work that hard as Diddy. But here's the thing, too, to what Mocha is saying. Listen, y'all know, for me, like I said, I never been to a Diddy party. Always heard they get wild, right? I always heard Diddy parties get wild. And I was like, okay. Like we all know that. We from Miami. We all heard if you partied during a certain time period when Diddy was down here, we all heard they was wild. And wild was sex parties. Like, let's just call it what it was. We knew that's what it was, right? So I was like, I ain't trying to be a part of that. I'm just grateful the way my self-esteem and my self-worth was set up back then when I was in college, that I didn't get caught up in none of that, because I would have been a part of it. Weak, mind not strong enough. When you got a praying grandmother, got a praying auntie, got a praying mama, kept me in them South Beach streets, because I've had a good time out there, but thank God I didn't get wrapped up into the deep underbelly of what that was, because as y'all saw in the documentary, they were going to clubs to get girls. And here's the thing, I always thought, like, certain men like that, Diddy is looking at women of like a certain phenotype, and really the women that y'all see that he's dealing with, they span different looks. Of course, they all got that, a lot of them got that exotic look or whatever, they models or whatever, but Dawn and other girls, like it's a rainbow of women. People like that are not more so fixated on the look. They're looking for a spirit of a woman, right? They're looking for, what can I manipulate? Is she weak? Is she showing me an end where I can manipulate and get in and get into her mind and get into her heart, so I can have her doing freak offs, or I could beat her and she won't leave, or I could confuse her and buy her this one day and then treat her badly one day and she won't leave for years. People like that are looking for energy in you. Ooh, good thing. Thank you, God. They ain't see it in me, because it was kind of there and they would have got me. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Woo. But that's interesting, Mocha. You auditioned for Diddy. I wonder, did you meet him? Let me see some of my final thoughts. Yes, glory, hallelujah, God. Yes, protection, because we was all on them streets, and we had a lot of random nights where we ran into certain celebrities and we would hang with them, and thank God nobody was on no weird, goofy always cool. Nobody wasn't on that. But I also too know, just from meeting some of my friends in the industry, that they know the type of girls who on it. And I remember I was hanging out with one girl who she was cool. She from Carroll City or whatever. And I remember a guy was like, you shouldn't hang out with her because she do XYZ and people gonna think you do XYZ too. And I was like, okay, say less. Say less. I see you later, Keisha girl. I'm not coming out with you no more. Bye, Keisha girl. Bye, Keisha girl. So that to say, even though, thank God I wasn't in that world, but a lot of times they know who get down and who don't get down. And I didn't make it past the first round. Okay, so you ain't meet him. Okay. And I remember I'm, doing press. I didn't meet Diddy, but I was in the press. Y'all ever see like the press is around somebody like for a press conference and we're all there and we're like asking questions and getting our like our sound bites and stuff like that. So that's the closest I got to Diddy, is like being him, like being right here in front of me. And I'm like, I was too scared to ask a question. I just had my tape recorder out and I was just recording. But he locked eyes with me. Ooh, thank you, God. He ain't see my soul. No, I'm just Ooh, thank God he ain't want me. Nobody didn't make it past the first round. I definitely would have been gone. Girl, I could only see you, Melissa, in there the minute he bring out his diddler trying to get people. Oh, let's talk about this. The jurors. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 for next week because this running long, but I want to talk about the producer, Lil Leroy, what's his name, who was waking up with a sore booty. Kim Porter and Faith Evans and Mary J. Blige, like what they was in the story. And Carisha, the co-founder of Bad Boy. We talked about Kurt a little bit. Yeah, and 50 Cent and Karma. Like, I want to dig a little bit more, so I may save a little bit this, but my last point on this is the jurors. And Eddie, I saw him in the chat earlier. Eddie, he made a post and I thought it was good. He was like, the girl was just like enamored with Diddy. You could see she's a fan. And the jurors that they showed, I was like, I don't want to sign the media team meetings during the break to spin. Wait, the media team meetings during the break to spin. What you mean? But so for me, the jurors, I'm trying to say this in a nice way. F it, I'm gonna just say it. The jurors were dumb to me. And not to be elitist and not to put nobody down, but they were not intelligent. They didn't have the intelligence to me to understand nuance of assault and predators and SA, and when you're in an abusive relationship and how a person who is a predator and abuser works and how that plays on victims. And in my mind, I immediately was like, do we need to have an education level for jurors? Because these are the people that are deciding the fate of people's freedom. And they could not be smart like these jurors who couldn't decipher between certain things. And granted, we all know, hey friend, we all know that, like the jurors are supposed to be like people of your peers, like the jury of your peers. But it was something about the lack of intelligence of the jurors that they show, right? And then also too, I know a lot of us are like, we saw that tape of Diddy and Cassie, the unfortunate tape, right? And he wasn't on trial for that. So they were like, we couldn't charge him for that, right? And granted, I think for what he was being charged for, I think he got the maximum, right? But I just felt like the way that juror was like, she literally says, we were not supposed to make eye contact with him, right? And literally then the next scene, she was like, I looked over at him and he was making a face and I was making the same face too, because I couldn't believe the stories and he was looking like he couldn't believe the story. I was like, you just contradicted yourself. You were instructed to not look at him, so you're not influenced by him. So much so he was looking at the jurors so much that the judge was like, I'm going to get you out of here if you keep doing this, Diddy. And she was like a fan. And then they had like this Middle Eastern or Indian man who was like, well, the victim kept going, like the people kept going back. So that meant that it couldn't have been too bad. That's pretty much what he kind of said. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I saw a comment. They were like, the jurors were so bad. It was like Diddy handpicked them himself, right? I don't feel like they were equipped to be able to judge a case like that. And that's the unfortunate part. And granted, we can't let all PhDs be jurors, right? And that's a game to that too with lawyers where they pick jurors where they feel will be in their favor. So we get that. But to me, I was like, our criminal justice system is broken and totally flawed because people like this slip through the cracks where they couldn't tell certain nuances about abuse. Then I was just blown away that they came on camera and said some of the things that they said. I was just like, what? I'm like, the evidence, I'm just unintelligent. I was in my mind, I was like, should we have a standard for the type of like for jurors, even if it's like certain type of cases? Because should we have an education level or experience or career level? Because to me, they weren't people to me that could think critically at all. Let me see. Diddy's team was meeting with social media personalities in the break to hear their thoughts and give them insight. Yep, they said that in the documentary, and they even showed a few people who were like being fed certain narratives so that they came back out there in the public. And here's the thing: the jurors weren't sequestered, so they could look at social media and be influenced by public opinion. Like, here's the thing: he's a billionaire. He got all the royalties from everybody on Bad Boy. Of course he's rich, right? So Diddy has money to influence things, and you see him on camera. That's the other thing too, before we go. They report and tweet and go live with it. The news, exactly. Diddy was recording all of this stuff, like incriminating things that made him look crazy. And I'm like, what type of ego do you have that you think you're going to beat this case? Because they say he was shooting his own documentary. So I'm like, and as we saw, there's a pattern of Diddy not paying people. And so And I remember 50 Cent was on a CNN interview and they were like, how did you get it? And he was like, well, I don't reveal my sources. I was like, the person sold it to you. And it was like, clearly what is given is Diddy didn't pay the person before he went to jail. The person still owned the footage and sold it to 50. That's clearly what is given. But the fact that Diddy recorded all this incriminating evidence of himself, like just showing him just in such a bad light, like he's telling him to hire like a nasty PR person. He's talking to his sons about creating narratives. He's saying God told him not to do nothing, but y'all could do something. He's calling Kalina from Dirty Money, telling her he need her to speak. Like it's all this stuff. And I'm like, why are you filming this? Why would you film this ever? Like even 50 was like, I'm shocked he filmed all of this. So yeah, Diddy is the stuff nightmares are made of. Like that's the type of person you pray you don't encounter in your career. You definitely pray you don't, your daughter, your sister, your mama, nobody ever experiences him. And I'm hoping that we are turning a new leaf, especially in the music industry, especially in hip hop, in our Black culture, where we are holding predators accountable, that we're making it uncomfortable for them to want to be able to do things like this because the court of public opinion that is shifting. Even though I feel like some people still shift enough, but we're seeing that powerful people can be predators, and just because they're famous and they shiny and they, Harlem Shake in a video, that doesn't make them this great person, right? And that now as a society, I think we're waking up and we see cases like Diddy, R. Kelly, Cosby, Russell Simmons, and we're seeing these things that I hope we're now waking up as a community to say, hey, it's not okay to allow predators to exist in our community. We need to say something. We need to make them uncomfortable. And I'm hoping that this is now the start of this more in our community. And let's just be real. In the Black community, we do this. I was actually talking to my therapist about this, and she was like, in the Black community, we allow predators and people who do bad things to hurt us. We allow them to still be around. We don't set boundaries. We don't say, no, you can't do this. Like we still allow it. And she said, as a culture, we do that. And I feel like, of course, culturally as Black people, we're doing it. So it makes sense that it's happening in Black music, like, hip hop and in the music industry. And I'm hoping that this is now a new leaf of where we are as a society, where we are now calling people out, making it uncomfortable for them so that maybe we have less victims. I know it would be, God would probably have to return for us to not ever have victims again, but I'm hoping that we're making people uncomfortable, that they think twice about what they're doing, right? So y'all, this is, I'm gonna have to come back with my thoughts on other things too, because I want to talk about the Mary J. Blige. I may just do a special episode if I get a little energy later on tomorrow or something, and just get into my thoughts about Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Kim Porter, and Kurt Burrows. But yeah, this was good. I had a good time. Today's show was good. Yeah, JJ, you got to go back and watch it. This was a good one. We did a good one. And I did a review of the Erykah Badu show. Puff being a billionaire makes you think you're untouchable. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. That part. Totally agree. Totally agree. Y'all, tonight was a great show. Shout out to everybody who jumped in the chat today. We had a decent little viewing today. I was proud of her. Like I said, I'm gonna do better with promoting the show, and I'm gonna do this new format of the show. So I'm gonna test that out. Next week is gonna be our last show of the year, because the 25th is Christmas, and I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a Christmas Eve baby. So I go on holiday break starting the 21st, and we come back. I'll be back working January 12th. However, my DMs, emails are gonna be open. I'm gonna try not to work too much, but if you got breaking news, send it my way, right? And our team members will still be working as well throughout. It's not on the holidays, but y'all can still get in contact with us during the holiday break. But I'm gonna try to take some time off to reset and not burn out completely. But today was a dope show. I love being back. Big Capricorn. Yep. Great show. Thank you. Let me see. Little gods make you think you're invincible. He believed himself to be a god. He did, because he was like, in the documentary, he compared himself to Jesus Christ. That was disturbing. Here's the thing. You actually see the progression of his audacity throughout the documentary, because you don't see it as much, right? Or at least it's not documented as much. And then you start seeing the audacity of him. Like, he started believing that he was untouchable, that he was godlike, that he did control all these things, and he had this money and power and influence. Ooh, God, pray nobody like that ever cross path with me. But yes, thank you. We're turning up. Oh, yes, we should. Somebody trying to make me have a party. Oh, shout out to Duke from they do Beyond Brunch Sundays, but he has his own promotion company. He has a Thursday night party. I may do a birthday party next week. I'll keep y'all posted. If I do, I'll send out some text messages so y'all could come turn up with me next week. But I'm just so, I don't know if I want to turn up. I don't know. I see. I'll keep y'all posted. Another great show. Keep bringing us the tea. Yes, yes, yes. Again, tonight was amazing. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Tonight was a great show. Shout out to all my Erykah Badu fans in the building. Shout out to not Commissioner, Mayor Eileen Higgins for winning. And shout out to y'all. Y'all was a great show tonight. And I'm gonna start doing more. I kind of like my hot topics and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna get into that bag a little bit more too. Thank you, Auntie. I love you. I love you. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Melissa. Yes, Orange Moon, Orange Moon. Yeah, shout out to everybody who was watching tonight. Y'all are amazing. My Christmas Eve baby, fellow Capricorn sister. Yep. Yeah, girl. So y'all, I'm gonna go eat some dinner and get my life together. And I love y'all. I will see y'all next week. Send y'all story ideas to my DMs and my email, and sign up for our email newsletter. Follow us on all social media. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Please share this podcast with somebody. Let them know this is a good show that we're doing. We breaking down hot topics from South Florida, news you can use, and we're amplifying people in a way that mainstream media does not do. We are local, Black-owned, woman-owned media. We care about the community. We do not gatekeep over here at High Low News, and we love the community for real. Anybody can have their story told within reason. You know, you meet our deadlines. You know, we don't tell, if you're doing some crazy stuff, we're not going to share that. But, you know, for the most part, we try to share every story, every topic, every event that comes our way, because it's important to us to have a platform that is inclusive and that respects our stories and shares our stories. And that's what High Low News is. Also, too, we are millions of impressions a month. If you're trying to get your brand, your event, your initiative, whatever you're doing in front of our audience, come to High Low, okay? In my Suge Knight voice, come over here. We do not gatekeep. Our prices are affordable. Y'all make sure y'all want to tap in before, because the prices are going up in 2026. We keep selling out, so that's a sign that we need to up our prices. But we will always be affordable for local businesses. So y'all, if y'all want to advertise or promote or something on our platform, y'all hit me up in my DMs at Janae Tate, JANEYTATE, or sales@highlownews.com, and we will get you together so you can have your ad played on our platform. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week. I love y'all. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah. All the things. And if you don't celebrate, go pray to the God that you have, and or the God you don't have. But we gonna keep it funky over here, and I'll see y'all next week. And y'all support those who support us. Shout out to Baptist Health with this ad that they've been running with us year round. Y'all listen to Zoe, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
When I was diagnosed with cancer last year, I was asymptomatic. I felt great. I wouldn't have found out if I didn't do a voluntary screening. Take charge of your health, go to the doctor, be proactive with your health.